Good morning, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. My name is Rocha. I'm the Public Works and Utilities Director for the City of Fowler. When Mike first approached us to do this presentation for this event, he had mentioned there'd be a networking event with the open bar, and I said, Mike, let me stop you right there. You got me at open bar, so I'll be there. This project has been in the making for some time. When I first got to the City of Fowler, it was a smaller community with the lack of resources as a larger city. For example, I worked for the City of Fresno for about 10 years, and the resources there were a lot more abundant than Fowler. Fowler's a population of about 7,400, not very large. This project was more about community meeting innovation and modernizing their SCADA system to resemble a larger city. There we go. So some of the pain points for the City of Fowler was that the logging of the information was all being done manually. There was nothing there for automation, it being kicked out, nothing to track the reporting, and there was no protection. It was a very vulnerable system. The firewalls were not there. The visibility, reliability, redundancy was not present at all. For example, when I first walked into the SCADA server room, I asked, where's your SCADA system? It was an old Windows 7 tower, had dust on it. Tape on the light switch says do not turn off. They pretty much, like, I didn't want to look at the tower for it shutting anything down. Didn't want to touch it. It scared me. I had a heart attack. For example, in Fresno, our SCADA system was a large server room with redundant servers, UPSs, switches, alarming capabilities. We had none of that. So my plan was, okay, how do I take this to the city council and kind of mitigate the exposure of the large sticker shock they're going to have for this project? So what I did was I contacted Homeland Security and CISA to come do a vulnerability assessment. So what they're able to do was they came in, checked all the pump sites for physical and cybersecurity. They did a assessment on our pain points for the virtual system as well as the physical system. So they gave us a grade on both those systems. I was able to take that to city council and present to them, hey, this is where we're at with this system. And not that it was a lack of caring, it's more of a lack of not knowing, not having the knowledge of what the SCADA system was and what it was supposed to do. So with that being said, I explained to them what the consequences are if we were ever to be hacked and what that costs versus the cost of upgrading the SCADA system, which is a drop in the bucket compared to what it costs to get your information back, as a lot of us know. So with that being said, I got the green light to go ahead and move forward with the project. So we reached out to AVEVA Select and Mike. I've worked with Mike in the past with the City of Fresno. Very familiar with AVEVA and what it can do for us and for SCADA systems. I love the product, never had any issues with it. It's reliable, it's robust, but not only that, for me, it was that relationship built with AVEVA Select California. It's not just, here's your software, there you go, we're done. I mean, even to this day, I work with AVEVA Select from Fresno to the City of Isaiah to the City of Fowler. And I think that's very important in this line of work, is that trust and relationship building with your vendors. And that's what we got here. We wanted the system to be able to grow with the city, because the City of Fowler is at a point to where it's exponentially growing. What's happening in Fresno Isaiah, they can't grow anymore. They can't expand out. So developers are coming to our city wanting to build their tract homes. So with this system, we're able to plan ahead. We're able to prepare for the future for the infrastructure, make sure it's reliable, protected. So here's a screenshot. Oh, sorry. There we go. Here's a screenshot of what our current network looks like for the modern system. It's current setup with the help of Verus, great integrator. They helped us bring up to speed our networking capabilities, our alarming, trending, visualization. So now I'm able to trend data showing what our pressures are, what our flows are, to be able to translate that data to the city council for project, for future growth. I actually have those facts versus what the city or members of the city put it on social media. I'm like, no, this is the factual data. This is what's actually happening in our system. It's been working great. We actually have a segregation now between our network and our communications for our 911 operations. So that firewall's there now, we're protected. It's been running great. So one of the big things was, in a smaller city, the resources. The water operators weren't familiar with what a SCADA system was. All they knew was go out to the site, put a pump on hand, and it runs. So what I wanted to do was be able to empower them, give them that experience of what a SCADA system looks like, how to operate it. And with that being said, they're able to pull data now. They're able to start running trends on their own, be able to see what's going on and use that data. Okay, this pump site's doing this. This pump site is having issues. We're seeing drops in pressure, drops in flow. So they're taking that data and be able to use it for their benefit to be able to stay ahead of repairs or any shutdowns. Now, well site 5 and 8 on the overview screens, the displays shows remote local status. It's you have your pump data. We're able to trend graphs on their overview screens. The status integration, all the site metrics are able to be pulled up while looking at a specific pump site, and we'll see that on the next screen here. So the platform built on the AVEVA and Verus architecture, we have a secure, scalable system now. It's well protected with intuitive control and interface. So this is what a overview screen right here, we have pump site 5. We're able to see our flows, pressures, the percentage of the pumps running on its VFD, and trend that data at the same time while you have an overview of what the city's doing overall. What I wanted here was the system initially, it was real fancy, had a cool pump and showed all these different colors and switches and whatnot. I thought it was too much information being thrown at the operators, and I think that's why they had a hard time. This here was able to be simplified, and Verus did a great job using the AVEVA system to give us all the information, show what everything's doing in a straightforward platform with the pump data, the information, well information, as well as our alarms down here. We have a description, the type, the time, all that's being tracked now, and the operators are able to understand it easily. And the next one, this is pump site 8. This site was done back about 20-some years ago. This has been constantly having issues providing us data. But now with the system, I'm able to see what's going on. So I have the interface inside the Public Works office. I can walk on my office and see what's going on, go back. If I see any issues while the operators are out in the field, and contact them, let them know. So we're a lot more ahead of the game in protecting our system and reducing any type of shutdowns or catastrophes or leaks. It's great. I love it. It's just very user-friendly. So here, talk about data-driven planning and growth. So one of the big things in Fowler was that we didn't have the data for the growth of the city. We were just kind of building pump sites, building houses, and not knowing what we really needed. The information wasn't there. Now we have a foundation for our water master plan. That's something I've been wanting to work on, but it's not something I could have did without this new upgraded platform, because now I need that SCADA information to be able to do the water master plan, which is there now. Provide transparency, showing how our system operates and why the modernization is essential, and why we're going to need tank sites, why we're going to need PSVs, why we're going to need booster pumps. I have all the information now to justify the growth of our water system and infrastructure. So with the storing data and exporting it, what used to take hours only takes me minutes now. I have the data there at my fingertips. I can export the data in spreadsheets, save it, provide timestamps. It shows the trends of pressures, whatever I need to show council what's going on in our system. So it's been a great benefit to us, especially we know how it is trying to get funding for infrastructure, for anything along these lines. But now that they can see what the system's been doing for us, they were excited for us to be able to come here and present and show off our system, which speaks volumes, because a lot of times city council don't really care about what's happening in the background but them having the exposure now, they really do care, and they back us up on a lot of our projects, for whether it be SCADA and our distribution system and our cybersecurity. So the big thing of this was situation awareness and risk mitigation. We wanted immediate visibility into the performance of our distribution pressure. There was always pressure issues in our system. We couldn't tell where they're coming from. But now we're able to track that down, where there's issues, whether it be from a down valve or hydrants not operating correctly, whatever it is, now we have that awareness. We use the trending to detect failures or service interruptions to either mitigate them or reduce them or prevent them from happening. Our efficiency has been improved. We've reduced downtime. Our safety has been enhanced. The staff, since we've gotten the safe SCADA system up and running, we've gotten about 10 to 15 hydrants back online within a matter of 2 months. Hydrants we didn't know were down at the time. Running out of time here, I'll wrap it up. This is our centralized operational dashboard, all the information in one spot. It shows the pump sites throughout the city, what's going on, what alarms are showing, communication, whatever it may be, a pump not running when it's supposed to. We have an alarm summary. Resilience and modernization, the upgraded system, it replaces our legacy community desktop, like I mentioned. We have a server with a UPS, virtual machines. It's in a legit actual system now. So it's come a long way. We're trying to bring that big city mentality to a smaller city and set the template for our sister cities along the 99. The storing data tells a story. We're able to paint that picture for council, for the city, for staff, for the city manager to back up our projects. Here's a screenshot of our trend analysis. It's a really slick product. It's done wonders for us in the City of Fowler just over the past 2 years. I mean, from start to finish, the project probably took about a year, from me reaching out to Mike, getting with Verus, getting architecture of the network, what it looked like, what was there, to where we're at now. We're just about wrapping it up. And just, here's some of the results from our partnership. Like I said, it's that collaboration and team effort between Verus and AVEVA and what they were able to provide for us to provide us with a robust, secure system. Looking ahead, integration of the AVEVA tools for water quality, asset management is one of our next steps with remote access. And now we're positioned for a smarter, more resilient water operation. I'd like to thank everybody for their time. I'd like to thank AVEVA and Verus as well. It's been great. I'm excited. I really love this stuff. So if you guys had any questions, feel free to talk to me after. We also have Verus on site. They can provide some of the technical information, what we did as well. So thank you, everybody.